Gears, and we do have some sound from Jermaine Johnson, the winner of tonight's Democratic gubernatorial race. We want to take a listen to Johnson's comments, and then we'll get your reaction. Let's take a listen.
It means everything to me right now. This is a monumental moment for not just for me, not just for my family, not just for my volunteers, but for the state of South Carolina. The state of South Carolina, they spoke up. They said they wanted something different. They wanted change. And I'm just excited just to be a part of a historical movement.
Speak about you mentioned in your speech, we made history. Speak about being part of that history and just how much that means to you here in South Carolina.
I mean, it means everything to me. You know, we know that the very first African American to be a nominee for governor was Theo Mitchell, and that was in 1990. And we haven't had one since. I'm now the second African American nominee in the history of South Carolina. That's history. And I mean, it's just an amazing thing to be able to show young people that they can do amazing things in this world. And I'm just happy to be that example for them.
Talk about the representation that you have for those young people, because that has been a big thing. Education has been something that you stood tough on. You had a rough upbringing, and now you're here. It's got to be a long time coming. Talk about that.
I've been homeless in my life. I was a 7th of high school. My brother was murdered. Lost another brother in a car accident in 2015. That's why I retired from basketball. I never thought in a million years I'd be standing here as a nominee for governor of South Carolina. And this is an example to young people and people all over the state that their past does not define their future, that they don't have to have the most perfect upbringing, that they can do anything they want to do. They can be as great as they want to be. This is America. This is South Carolina. They can achieve all the goals and aspirations. And now they get to look at me as a shining example of what can be and what will be for them. And I'm just proud and honored to be that for them.
Just talk about being able to do this with record turnout in the early voting period, and then good turnouts today. It's not like you backed into it. A lot of people showed up and they voted for you.
So, you know, the people showed up and they voted for me, but it's because of the movement that we built. You know, I don't talk about partisan politics. I don't talk about left versus right or any of that type of stuff. I talk about the issues that are affecting the people of South Carolina. And people are tired of the divisive rhetoric. They're tired of the, not being able to have Thanksgiving with their families or Christmas with their families. They want to get back to the basics. They want to talk about the kitchen table issues. And that's how I've always been. I've been that way at the State House. You can ask any of my colleagues at the State House what type of person I am. And they'll tell you, I don't play politics in people's lives. And, people showed up because they saw somebody different. They heard somebody that was talking differently. And they wanted to represent for somebody who was different.
What does now until November look like for you guys? What are you going to be working on?
We're going to be back in the grassroots doing exactly what we did to get to this moment here, because too many people around South Carolina have felt like their voices have been ignored or have not been heard. And it's time for somebody like myself to go into those communities, talk to those people, meet them where they are, and encourage them to be a part of the process. So we'll just be boots on the ground.
South Carolina hasn't had a Democratic governor since Jim Hodges in 2003 when he ran for office. Talk about how and why you think you could be the nominee candidate to break that shit.
Well, I know we have the numbers here in South Carolina to actually do it. In 2020, we know Jamie Harrison got 1.1 million votes. So that means there are at least 1.1 million people in South Carolina who are willing to vote for a Democrat and a black man statewide. And in 2022, Governor McMaster got 988,000 votes. So we do know that we've got the numbers. We can do it. We just have to motivate people and give people a reason to come out and vote.
As we're in the climate now with what happened with service climate voting, with that rolling, I know you were out there supporting. Can you talk about your mission outside of the USC when you look at cases like that?
Well, I want the people of South Carolina to know that that could have been my son. My son knew Cyrus, and we need leaders who can identify with families who are going through things, the marginalized community. I met Cyrus's siblings. And I prayed with them, I talked with them because I know what it's like to lose a sibling. My brother was murdered by his best friend, shot in the back and killed. And I know what that feels like and how it feels to not be able to grow up with the sibling. So I want the families to know that I'm praying with them. I'm a part of the same gun violence club that a lot of them don't want to be a part of. And we need to make sure that we are preventing these types of tragedies from happening to anybody else here. Listen, I just want to tell them I appreciate them for being in this primary, for giving it their all, for making me a better candidate, for making me a better, stronger individual, to be prepared for anything that's coming for us, because we know that, on the other side, there's going to be some attacks and things coming, but I believe we're ready, and I'm ready to unite with my primary challenges so that we can flip this state.
You talk about being ready with some of the challenges. Do you care to give us any idea who you might want to have on your team?
No, we'll make that announcement probably in the next month or so. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
There you have Representative Jermaine Johnson, born on the 4th of July, by the way. He's about to be 41 years of age, and he is the Democratic nominee for governor. Mr. Felder, your take.
He ran a good race. It was almost an underground race. I didn't realize how well he was doing out there. And he's the first since 1990, first black person since 1990 to win the governorship on the Democratic Party side. Now, we remember 1970, Tom Broadwater on the United Citizens Party ran for governor also. But this is the first time since 1990 to have win the statewide primary for governor. So.
He is a member of the South Carolina House of Representatives, in case you didn't know, House District 52. Also a former basketball player. He's rather tall. He played college ball in South Carolina, and he played some professional basketball as well. John, what did you make of his remarks tonight? He said at one point that Jamie Harrison proved 6 years ago that South Carolinians are willing to vote for a black man in South Carolina for statewide office, but you got Jim Clyburn in office as well in the 6th district.
I'll go a step.
Tim Scott also.
I was about to say, I'll go a
Tim
step
Scott,
further.
yeah.
We elected and re-elected a black man in Congress, just the other party. So yeah, we absolutely, as a state, we absolutely are more than happy to and willing to elect a black man to the governor. We haven't yet since Reconstruction. But if you elect Alan Wilson, you're going to be doing that for lieutenant governor. So it's a win-win on that one. Hopefully we'll get some extra diversity in but constitutional offices this year. He's a sharp guy with an inspirational message. That much is very clear, and a commanding presence.
Now, who knows? He may pick Billy Webster to be his running mate.
You don't know, do you?
That would be an interesting combination.
Yes.
I'm sure Webster would be happy to kick in some funds and help keep the campaign rolling. So,
Bob, your take?
I think they asked him about that, and I think he said that the decision was going to be made in the next month or so. So he's not ready to name a running mate yet, but he showed with his staying there that he's just an impressive candidate, and still looking for that issue. What's going to define the November election?
Yeah, 6'7", 250 pounds. Like I say, he's a big guy. Played basketball at the College of Charleston. So Jermaine Johnson, the gubernatorial nominee for the Democrats tonight, he will face off against